Actually, it's a personal statement one-to-one help session, which one of the guys from TOP is gonna speak about.
So, hi guys, it's Abdullah again. So I'm one of the lead volunteers at TOP. So what we're planning to do in the next coming couple of weeks, we'll be doing a very, very quick personal statement one-to-one sort of help sessions and doing things to help you guys for your personal statements. So how we're going to be doing this is actually, as you can see on the bullet points that are written on the screen, if you go to our website, or you go to our email address, which is admin@at legacyproject.co.uk. What you can do is you can just send us a message with your personal statement, and you can just let us know that you're applying for this particular degrees, and you want it back within a particular date because you're trying to apply for whatever, or you're doing Oxbridge or whatever you need. What we'll do in the meantime is we'll find someone who has gone to either that university or is looking to apply for your particular degree, who's already studying the subject. They can go through the personal statement and check it for you. And then if you want, we can also organize a meeting where they can go through everything and talk you through your personal statement, how to improve it or whatever. Similarly, if you're going to be having any entrance exam help, or if you want some interview support, you can just contact us via the email, which is written there, admin@legacyproject.co.uk. Make sure to note it down. And you can just contact us. We can get everything sorted for you in that regard. So if you need any support, any further support, be it personal statement or whatever, just drop us an email with your personal statement and we'll get it all sorted for you.
Okay, thank you, Roger. So the next slide that we're going to have is a Q&A session. So feel free to unmute yourself, and there's four of us here who are currently either attending uni or going to start uni. So we've all gone through the application process. If you have any questions about the application process or our degrees in general, please do ask. Don't be shy. Like, we're here to answer any kind of questions that you guys might have. Because bear in mind, we were in your position a couple of years ago, and we had loads of questions. So I'm sure you guys have questions. So please do ask away.
Feel free to either unmute yourself and ask, or you can just message in the chat if you have any questions. But we'll give it a couple of minutes for that now.
Yeah, you can ask questions about anything about uni, by the way. It doesn't have to just be about admissions.
Yeah. Anyone in year 12? Oh, actually, I think I just saw a chat. EPQ. Anyone did EPQ and this I didn't?
What, extended project qualification?
Yeah.
Neither did I.
No, I didn't.
One thing, just on that note, with EPQ actually, I know it's very good to mention. You can put it down in your personal statement, and obviously it will be put down by your teachers as well. But what I would recommend that you use your EPQ for is a reference. So for example, if you're applying for physics, if your EPQ was based on something in physics, you can utilize that in your personal statement and say, I covered this topic in my EPQ, and then take it further and develop it by saying, I studied this further by reading X book, or I went to X talk, I did this, I studied this at university, summer school, whatever it is, and develop it further from there. That's usually the best way to utilize your EPQ within your whole application process, so that they know that you do it. But on that anyway, a lot of people do what's it called? Do EPQs. So there's not much point just referencing it for the sake of referencing it. Actually utilize it to add some sort of substance to your personal statement in itself.
So I think we had another question in the chat. Is it worth putting in personal statement because we aren't allowed to pick a topic linked to our subjects?
Umar, what is that on the EPQ or?
Okay. Yeah. So
what would? Yeah. Sorry. Quick question. What was your EPQ about, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, so I never knew that you're not allowed to pick something that's not to do with your subject. But...
Okay. As in, I would say if you think it's not relevant to your actual degree, then I would say don't put it in your personal statement. Just get your teacher to put it in for you in teacher reference when they do that.
Yeah.
That way you're
include it somewhere in your applications that you've done that. But obviously, if it's unrelated to your subject, like drastically different, then so it's in your new class application, that's good. You can also ask your teacher to mention it as well to make sure it's reinforced. But if it's not related, I personally wouldn't put it in my personal statement. Yeah.
Because you want to make sure your personal statement is as much academic, if you're applying for Oxbridge, and is very much focused on the whole degree in itself, not having anything irrelevant. So either find another way to get it included, or if you want to actually get someone to mention it, get your teachers to put it in their teacher reference for you, and they'll be more than willing to do so. Just speak to them.
But I have a question. So, what website do you guys use to revise physics A level? So Isaac Physics is a good way for to practice your problem solving skills. So this is in response to the latest question. So yeah, I used Isaac Physics, and also I think use any resources that are given to within school. So if you go NCS, they might run those like extracurricular stuff after school where you do problem solving skills. So that's really helpful. Also too, yeah, do you wanna button Khadija?
I didn't do physics for A level, but I know that there was also Dr. Cardenas was running like quantum physics sessions as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's relevant or.
If you're talking about like how to revise for the actual exam rather than the prep, then I would say I use like the traditional like what do they call them, textbooks? Yeah, I use textbooks. And for harder to understand topics, there's that guy on YouTube, that A-level physics guy. So he was quite good. And yeah, I mean that's how I revised. How did you guys?
Textbook for me was really useful. Like,
Yeah.
it's the CGP ones. They kind of really explain it in a really simple way, and that's what got me through the topics that I didn't really understand. Maybe this isn't available now, but genuinely do ask your teachers to clarify stuff, and they often more than happy to ask. I guess in terms of, if we're talking in this kind of time period, what stuff can you use online? Physics and math tutor for questions.
Yeah, that's it. Physics and maths as well.
Wasn't there like I think physics and math tutor might also have links where they have notes for certain topics, and so you can like use that if you find that useful.
And can I just butt in and say, with physics and maths, by far the best way to revise, yeah, you could do your notes and mind maps to reinforce the concept, but make sure you do problems like past papers over to the exam, the kind of more good like topic based questions. So you want to do as many questions as possible. That's like the way to get a good grade, because maths and physics aren't a spectator sport. They're more like doing is learning. So definitely, even with university, you have to do the problems to learn what, to make sure you learn the subject well.
Yeah, definitely. That's like, without a shadow of doubt, that's the most significant thing that I applied in my revision, was always just questions. Even if I've learned something new, what I do is I answer questions to see how well I'd know it, and then questions give you an understanding of where your gaps are in your knowledge, and that's when you use the notes and the textbooks to understand that. And again, go back to the questions, test your knowledge, and it's like a cycle of you're testing yourself to see how much you know, and then you go back to the textbooks to learn that thing that you don't know, and you test it again. And that's just how I honestly did revise throughout my levels.
Wait, guys, can I just butt in?
Yeah, go for it.
There's this website that somebody, I think I did this program called STEM Potential with Imperial, and one of the ambassadors told us about this website he made. It's called Umotech, and it has all of the like A-level past papers collated. It's kind of like physics and math tutors, but there's like difficult past papers, and like it's all in sections, so you can use that. Should I put it in the chat box?
Yeah, please, that'll be useful.
Or like anything else, we could if you want, you can ask the TLP team, and then they could like inform us with anything else.
Yeah, anything, and literally it can be like related to life at uni as well. We're happy to answer questions on that. Yeah.
I think there's another couple of questions.
Is physics a requirement to do Chem Eng at Imperial?
I think I should answer this one. Physics isn't a requirement to do Chem Eng at Imperial, but it's recommended. Most of the time, it's either physics or further maths that you have to
do. So like you either have to have one or the other one. It's very rare that they I wouldn't say it's very rare that they accept you, but because I didn't do physics, they increased my offer to 3A stars. So just bear that in mind, I would say.
Yeah, that would be
And
like a typical thing is if a subject is recommended for a degree and you don't have that, then what will tend to happen is your requirements will increase slightly. And that's just, it's not to like not have people that do it, it's the fact that it kind of makes up for you not having
Having
that
that
subject.
knowledge.
For
Yeah.
example, in my degree, so further maths was really useful to me in the first couple of weeks of uni. And the ones that did it, they wouldn't have been at a disadvantage. It's just we've seen it before, we're familiar with it, and so it would just gave us a slight head start over others that hadn't done further maths. But again, like literally in about 3 weeks into the term, everyone is in the same boat in terms of what we're learning is the new stuff. There's no, like the person who did further maths at A level and who didn't are in the same boat. There's no advantage to each other.
If you didn't do further maths, to just kind of get the basics, yeah. So it kind of makes your whole uni life easier. But if you don't worry, you are going to learn it. But when you do learn it, just make sure you're kind of keeping up, because everyone else has done further maths. So you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage.
And with regards to chemical engineering, I'm pretty sure all engineering disciplines are competitive, but in terms of Cambridge and Imperial, ChemEng, they do tend to increase the offers up more after the interviews for most people.
Yeah, any other questions, guys?
Yeah. Feel free to ask about like how the specific universities are if you want. No, I think that's it.
If that is it, I just wanted to say thank you very much, guys, for all attending. We really appreciate it, and it just shows a lot that you guys are here and you're ready to learn, and you've been enthusiastic about your particular degrees. I just wanted to end on this very, very quick note. It's that now that you have this enthusiasm and you had that passion to come during your holidays to learn about your subject or your application, make sure you utilize that passion, that enthusiasm, and that drive throughout your application process, and even as you go into your A levels, because you'll realize there'll be points within your degree where you won't have that passion, you won't work as hard as other people, or you might slip a bit. Make sure you don't. Make sure you work as hard as you can. Make sure you put in all that effort, because that's going to be one of the most important aspects of your of your year. Basically, that application process is so very, very important, and you want to make sure that you get yourself in the best position. Why? So you can help yourself and also help all of the people around you, so your family, your society, and etc. As we've mentioned previously. So do make sure that you are there to really focus and put in that hard work. And obviously a big thank you and a big thanks of support to all of the people who helped set up this seminar and helped make it so Farabi and his team, Khadija, Rahima and Shanzida, and everyone else who helped out. So thank you very, very much. And we will be ending the seminar there. Have a wonderful day, guys.